example. So there's the two largest banks in France and the two largest utilities, EDF and Engie. They created a chain together with 4 validators. They're making a kind of a digital print of all the invoices. And the banks, they're using these digital prints to do KYC, to understand who's the party that is applying for a bank account. 30% of all the applications to the banks are forged, and so they brought down the KYC cost from 10 euro to 3 euro. And there is a lot of these application-specific kind of chains which essentially copied the technology from us. So we have a couple of deals on country level with regulators. So there is one deal, for example, with Australia, with an Australian regulator and transmission system operator. In 2 years, all the asset identities and data access management will run on this chain. It's a done deal. And we have 6 other countries where this is already, it will basically become law that this technology is being used. And then those chains through Polkadot can start talking to each other. So once you have the identities, the second is the trading. Once you can authenticate trading, then you can plug in the whole decentralized finance on top of it, refinancing, lending, and so forth. That is already happening in Polkadot. You know, I'm super excited about this because when we started talking about this, this was just, you know, it felt like a pipe dream. Can we change such a big industry like energy? But 5 years down the road, it's happening. You know, it's really coming. It's inevitable because we're reducing transaction costs by more than 99%.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And teamwork makes the dream work. That was a wonderful video of Ed Hess of Energy Web Token. And guys, we know everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. We know how important digital ID is going to be, and that's the reason why they're pushing NFTs. Now we had Binance from CZ is making the rounds on Fox Business and says he has no plans to come to DC and basically said he has nothing to do with America or what's going on with regulation. And he's exactly right. Remember I told you the two sides have already been created. And he clearly stated he's building a digital economy outside of America. And like I stated, it's going to be turned over to China. And remember the Crypto Teacher told you. And then we had on Yahoo Finance a financial investor saying, stay away from Bitcoin. Guys, Bitcoin is the best investment over the last 10 years. And we know the media plays the Hegelian dialectic. And then I leave you with Mr. Kennedy. And we know he always comes with a laugh. He's the best actor when it comes to politicians. And now that the Republicans have taken over the House, the Hegelian dialectic is about to be turned up. So that means get your popcorn because you're going to be watching a real-life movie. And remember the Crypto Teacher told you because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Of course, start talking about FTX because some have said that you are the instigator of FTX's collapse. You've called Sam Bankman-Fried a psychopath, a liar. Was it outright fraud?
Yeah, so I think there's definitely lying involved. He lied to his users, he lied to his investors, he lied to his employees, and he also lied to regulators all around the world, including politicians in the US. So, but I don't think we caused it. We may be the last straw that broke the camel's back, but I can tweet about a different company and they will be fine if the company itself is fine.
Well, Michael Lewis has said that you, CZ, versus Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF, is like Godzilla versus King Kong. So when you looked at the numbers, I mean, they came to you saying, help us out and bail us out, buy us. I mean, what does that say about the balance sheet? It was chaos, according to the Enron settler.
It was a bit chaotic. And also, as soon as we discovered that he actually moved user funds without disclosing that, and basically he was lying to everyone, I said, look, this guy is probably going to be in a lot of trouble, most likely going to jail. I couldn't trust the data in the data room anymore. The guy has nothing to lose. The guy has no more to lose. He's probably already in a bad position, and he will do anything to lie to get our money in. And so at that point, I couldn't trust any data in the data room. And also with the U.S. investigations, we said hands off.
Yeah, what about the House Financial Services Committee? Because they are holding a hearing on the FTX collapse. They have invited you to speak. Will you go to D.C.?
I personally won't, but we have teams in the U.S.
But why not?
Binance U.S. is there.
Why not go and answer the questions yourself, CZ, and represent the company that you founded?
First of all, I'm busy building things outside of the U.S. Binance.com does not service users in the U.S., and we focus on other parts of the world. And this thing is important, but I actually don't know very much about it. I made a tweet that people think that's the last straw that broke the camel's back, but we look at the data room for like a very short period of time. That we don't have much information.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you that in D.C. right now, CZ, that a lot of people, if you look at the recent headlines this morning from FTX, how they didn't even record transactions by their users and their traders, people are saying cryptocurrency is used by kidnappers, by those that are doing illegal things. Maybe it should be banned here in the U.S.
I think, look, there are bad players in all industries. Madoff happened in a very regulated Wall Street traditional finance industry. So these things happen. Just because there's one Madoff doesn't mean you shut down all the other banks. I don't think that's the right decision.
And CZ, just to clear the air, I know you grew up in Canada, but there have been questions about links, ties to Beijing. Do you have any ties to the Chinese government?
We have zero ties to the Chinese government. I've not been a Chinese citizen for 33 years. I've been a Canadian for 33 years. My company, we were kicked out of China. We were banned in China. We have no presence in China, no links to the Chinese Communist Party or any other government. I'm a technology geek. We just run a technology platform business that's turning into a financial services platform. We're not involved in politics. We're not involved with China. Yeah. There is a very strong narrative that was pushed by Sam Bankman-Fried that Binance is a Chinese company, and many people still have this in their head just because by ethnicity I'm Chinese. Yeah. Both of my parents are Chinese. I look Chinese. I have black hair. But Binance is not a Chinese company. We have nothing to do with China or the Chinese government. Can
I just have 30 seconds here to ask you on Twitter, because I know you put in $500 million into Elon Musk's bid. So Twitter is in, someone say, disarray, a mess right now. Do you regret co-investing with Elon Musk?
Oh, absolutely not. I think Twitter is completely fine. The platform will stay, it will grow. There is typically some chaos or when doing the transition, when you have a new, very strong-minded leader in place. There will be some chaos. There will be some unhappy people. He's firing people. He's downsizing the team. Some people will be unhappy. It's very normal. We're I feel even more confident that that's happening very quickly.
Okay, CZ, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks very much indeed, CZ.
That they need to satisfy their standard of living during their retirement, let's just say is 5%, then we will stay away from Bitcoin and cryptocurrency altogether. There is no reason at all why we should have that in our portfolio. So the first lesson learned from all of this for people who are about to retire or who are retired is take only as much risk as is appropriate to accomplish your goals.
Gentlemen, I think Senator Warren pointed out that you are major financial regulators, and we thank you for your time today. So let me ask you your opinion. Would any single one of you hire Sam Bankman-Fried to manage a food truck? Would any of you?
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.